Understandable English podcast.
Learn English the easy way.
I just got off a call and I swear my brain is still somewhere between two time zones. Like emotionally, I'm in London. Physically, I'm in my kitchen staring at cold coffee. And I don't know what's real anymore. Welcome back to the Understandable English podcast, by the way. I think I just discovered long-distance relationships are basically time travel for feelings.
That's one way to describe forgetting what day it is. And yes, you sound like someone who has been talking to a screen for too long already.
Not just talking. I was trying to figure something out the whole time. Like how you can miss someone so much even when nothing is actually happening. It's just absence doing all the work.
Absence is very efficient like that. It doesn't even need effort to be dramatic.
Exactly. And I kept thinking we could just keep in touch more. Like more messages, more calls, more everything. And it would feel normal. But instead, it just felt like I was emotionally refreshing a page that never loads properly.
That sounds exhausting. Not romantic?
It was both. That's the confusing part. Like I was happy, but also slightly tired all the time. Like my feelings were running background apps.
That's a very modern description of emotional fatigue.
If this sounds familiar to you, tell us in the comments. Because I feel like everyone has experienced that I miss you, but also I need to sleep. Contradiction at least once.
Probably more than once for most people.
So the story starts simple. I met someone online, right? And at first everything felt easy. We would stay up late talking, like really late, and it felt like we were sharing the same space even though we were in completely different places.
That's usually the honeymoon phase of distance. Everything feels more intense because it's limited.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that at the time. I thought we were just special. Like we had figured something out that other people didn't understand.
That's a dangerous thought, but a very common one.
And we were always trying to make up for the distance. Like if we couldn't meet, we would talk more. If we couldn't talk, we would send voice notes. If we couldn't do that, we would just exist online together.
Exist online together sounds like a sci-fi version of dating.
It kind of was, but then I started noticing small things, like time zones. Real enemy of love?
Time zones are undefeated.
I would be awake, ready to talk, and the other person would be asleep. Then when they were awake, I was suddenly tired. We were never in the same emotional weather.
Emotional weather is a good phrase for that.
And I tried to run into a problem and fix it by planning everything. Like scheduled calls, scheduled messages, scheduled everything. It started feeling like a job.
That's usually when it stops being natural.
But I kept going because I thought love means making it work, right? Like you just keep pushing until it works out.
Sometimes it does work out, but sometimes you're just forcing a system that doesn't fit your life.
And I was also staying up late every night, like dangerously late, thinking, this is fine, I'll sleep later in life.
That is not a real plan.
It felt like a real plan at 2 a.m.
Most bad plans do.
Also, I think I started romanticizing everything. Like even delays felt meaningful. If they replied late, I thought it meant they were thinking deeply. If they were quiet, I thought it meant emotional depth.
Or they were just offline.
I know that now, but back then I was building entire stories in my head.
That's something a lot of people do in long-distance situations. The mind fills in the gaps.
Exactly, and I kept thinking we were hitting it off in this deep, unique way.
Or you were just getting used to texting a lot.
Don't simplify my emotional movie.
I'm just saying, sometimes it's less poetic than it feels.
I also started checking in constantly, like, how are you? What are you doing? Did you eat? Are you thinking about life? It was intense.
That's a lot of check-ins.
I thought it was care. But now I think it was anxiety wearing a cute jacket.
That's a very honest description.
And at some point I realized I was keeping track of everything. Like, we haven't talked for 6 hours, felt like a crisis.
That's when you know the system is unstable.
But I still didn't want to stop. Because it felt real, even if it was complicated.
Real doesn't always mean sustainable.
That sentence hurts, but also makes sense.
Good. That's the goal.
We even tried to make up for missed time on weekends, like long calls that lasted hours.
Video call fatigue is real.
Yes, my face would physically hurt from smiling at a screen,
That's not a good sign.
but I thought it was normal. I thought everyone was slightly tired in love.
No, not usually.
So yeah, that was my version of long distance. Romantic, chaotic, and slightly sleep deprived.
That's a fair summary.
If you've ever been in something like that, leave a like, because I feel like people don't talk enough about how confusing it actually is in real life.
It's confusing because it mixes emotion and logistics in a way we're not really trained for.
Exactly. It's like your heart is trying to work with bad Wi-Fi.
That's another good metaphor.
I have a lot of those apparently.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, but wait, you've been very calm about this. I need to know, have you ever experienced anything like this?
I have, yes, but my version was quieter.
I don't believe you. Nothing about your life is quiet.
It was emotionally quiet, practically structured.
That sounds suspicious.
I dated someone in another country for a while, and I noticed very early that we were trying to fill the distance instead of understanding it.
What does that mean?
It means we were overusing communication to replace actual connection. So I kept it simple.
That sounds like you.
I kept in touch, but not constantly. I didn't stay up late every night. If I was tired, I said so. And I didn't try to make up for every missed moment.
That feels almost illegal in long-distance dating.
It felt illegal to me too at first, but I ran into a problem very early. I was exhausted.
Oh,
So I set a boundary. I said we can talk regularly, but not all day, and I stopped treating silence like a threat.
that is so different from my experience.
I also noticed something quickly. If something doesn't work out with a normal rhythm, long distance won't magically fix it.
That's very grounded.
It's just observation, not philosophy.
What happened after you set the boundary?
The relationship became clearer. Either we connected during planned time or we didn't. There was less guessing.
Did it feel less romantic?
A little, but also less stressful. I could actually sleep.
That sounds like a win.
It was. And I also realized I didn't need constant check-ins to feel secure. I just needed consistency.
That's interesting, because I thought more messages meant more closeness.
Sometimes it just means more noise.
That hurts, but also makes sense again. And
I also stopped trying to figure something out every time I felt anxious. Not everything needs immediate fixing.
you're kind of ruining my dramatic worldview.
That was not my intention.
I feel like your version of long distance was just healthy communication.
I wouldn't go that far. I just didn't want to be tired all the time.
That's honestly revolutionary.
It shouldn't be.
So in your case, you didn't stay up late, didn't over check in, and didn't try to force it to work out?
Correct.
That sounds peaceful.
It was mostly calm, and when it stopped working, it ended without drama.
That feels impossible to me.
It's not impossible. It's just less cinematic.
I like cinematic, though.
I noticed.
Okay, I think I need to sit with this. Because I realized I might be overcomplicating emotional distance.
Possibly.
But I also don't regret it. It felt real in the moment.
That matters too.
If you're listening and you've had a long-distance situation that felt confusing, you're not alone. I think everyone just figures it out differently.
And sometimes not figuring it out is also part of it.
That's annoyingly wise.
Thank you.
All right, I think we should slow down and go into reflection mode before I start overthinking my entire past.
Good idea.
I think one thing I learned is that communication is not just about talking more. It's about talking in a way that doesn't drain you.
That's a useful way to think about it.
And also that staying up late is not a personality trait.
It really isn't.
Okay, vocabulary time before I get emotional again.
Let's do it.
First phrase, figure something out. I was constantly trying to figure something out about us.
Meaning to understand or solve a problem.
Example, I tried to figure something out about why I felt tired after every call.
Next is keep in touch.
Meaning to communicate regularly.
Example, we tried to keep in touch even with time zones.
Then stay up late.
Meaning not go to bed until very late.
Example, I stayed up late every night talking,
Next is make up for.
meaning to compensate for something missed.
Example, we tried to make up for lost time on weekends,
Then work out.
meaning to succeed or develop in a good way.
Example, I wasn't sure if the relationship would work out,
And finally run into a problem.
meaning to face an unexpected difficulty.
Example, we ran into a problem with time zones and energy.
That's basically the entire story.
Yes,
Okay, I think it's time to wrap this up.
yeah,
My final thought is, distance doesn't just test love, it tests how you handle silence.
that's a good way to put it.
Thanks for listening, everyone. I hope your connections feel a little less confusing than mine.
And a little more rested.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Okay. I tried to figure something out. Kept in touch too much, stayed up late, tried to make up for distance, ran into a problem with time zones, wasn't sure if things would work out. And honestly, I think my sleep schedule is still in another country.
That feels accurate, unfortunately.